Hey guys, um, I at the last minute decided I was going to jump on live tonight and say hi to a few people if anybody shows up. Um, I'm gonna pull some cards and start doing like a little PS. I think I'm gonna do an oracle message first and uh, just see. I see there's 14 people watching. Say hi if you're watching. Hi, Happy New Year's. That's why I wanted to get on so I could say Happy New Year's to everybody. Happy New Year. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Amelia. It's nice to see you guys. Happy New Year. Hi. And I figured we could just hang out and chat. I am at my daughter's house. I thought I was babysitting tonight, but they actually had a party to go to with their kids. So we are not, I'm not babysitting. So I thought, well, let me jump on and say hi, because I have not been on in a while because of the holidays. I went to New Orleans for Christmas, spent time with my youngest daughter and my son there. We're going to be doing our entire family Christmas here on Saturday. So I came early. Grace and blessings to you too with my angels. Hi, Raymond Richardson, Gail, LA Lady Tears. Hi, y'all. I'm Lori Tinkerbell, Gail Barlow. It's nice to see y'all. Stacy, nice to see you. Guys, if y'all have questions or anything, let me know. I'm going to pull some oracle cards and pull some energy cards, and we're going to do a little bit of tarot. But if you have questions, let me know. I've never done this kind of live before, but I just wanted to spend some time with y'all. Sorry, had to get some stuff. Deborah, hi. Mary, hi. How are y'all doing? Let's see. So I went to Houston with my daughter yesterday. My car has been in Houston since April of this year, getting a new motor, and it has not been returned to me yet. So we went to try to investigate and see what the heck's going on with it. Jessica started my own tarot readings book. Oh, great. That is so awesome. Allison, Happy New Year. Regina, hi. Well, I have my crystal shop this year. I tell you what, let's do some of that stuff. We're going to do a few of those, and then we're going to pull, let's do this first. Let's pull oracle message for the group first, and then we're going to pull some energy cards, and we might answer a few questions. I don't want to spend the whole time doing that though, because I think, you know, I'm a mom, and I think too many people get left out whenever you do it that way. I'm sorry, but we might do a few of them. If my ex will come back together, or should I say to hell with it and thank you? Can you tell me something about my love life? Sounds like my cousin Mark has a twin in Houston. Is your cousin Mark a mechanic? And does he hold on to people's vehicles too long? That's funny. Hi, Erica from Indiana. Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Soul sister. I love that. Okay, let's pull an oracle message for the group and see what what kind of energy we have going on in this group tonight. What are y'all's New Year's resolutions? Tell me about that in the comments. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, give us an oracle message for this group that's in the room tonight. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show me, wow, 6 months for a transmission. I don't feel so bad then, Stacy. Thank you again for clear and concise messages, love, light, and prosperity, and clarification, confirmation, and validation. What is the oracle message for our friends in the group tonight? Dragon's Lair, 19. This card, we're going to find out. Seeking God, that's a great plan for 2020. Did I say 2019 a while ago? Well, find faith in myself. Also, can I work with spirit and start sharing my business with people? Thank you. Yay, I caught you live. Yay, Tammy. Yes. He has a mystery machine van since September. I would like to know if pieces. John, new career, new money, new abundance. That's a great goal for 2020. See, y'all, this live stuff freaks me out. I might just like do some readings and pretend like y'all aren't there, not to be rude, just because I want to try to keep my sanity here. Tony, to put myself first, that's what you're going to work on. I think that's fabulous. Okay, so the Dragon's Lair, you're always protected and divinely directed, y'all. That's such a good message, and we don't ever, sometimes we forget that. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. Don't let that spook you, because that doesn't necessarily mean you're fixing to enter dangerous territory. Just means maybe unfamiliar territory. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you. That said, peril is always exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there's greater value in risk. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Y'all, we're not just going into a new year, it's a whole new decade. To put myself first, you need to learn to have faith in myself so I can prosper. Yes, in your spiritual shop. Happy New Year, Renetta. Spin life living. Yes, John, great idea. Scooby-Doo van. Stacy, it's a Scooby-Doo van that you have? Tessa, happy new year to you too. Walk in truth. Yes, so authentic. What a great idea. Let's walk in our own truth, right? And sometimes that is scary. That can be the dragon's lair, walking in our own truth, especially whenever there's a lot of people around us telling us that we have to be somebody that we're not. Oh, John, thank you so much. I appreciate those kind words. Rhiannon, how can I incorporate spirit more into my career and stay receptive to my spirit guides? Just tune us out and do your thing. You're amazing. Thank you for offering your services. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay, so yeah, so the Dragon's Lair, some things might be a little bit scary, but we're always protected. Our guides are always with us. Our angels are always with us. I know there's a story in the Bible, and I know I talk about that a lot, but somebody was going into battle and he thought he was going into battle alone, but God sent a flight of tens of thousands of angels to be there with him in this battle. I feel like sometimes I want to start a Bible study to let people know all these great stories that are in there that we just don't know about, because we're a lot of times, and again, I'm not banging on church, but a lot of times church is so busy telling us how we have to act, they forget to tell us the miraculous stories that God did, the miraculous things that God did, not just with Jesus, but throughout the entire Bible. Someone Scooby-Doo. Oh, wow. Your cousin Mark's been repairing somebody's Scooby-Doo van since September. Yeah, that's craziness there. Okay, guys, happy new year to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Mabel. Okay, so we're gonna do, let's pull some energy cards. We're gonna pull 3 energy cards. What are the 3 things that we can focus on as we go into 2020? And this is gonna be specifically for this group, everybody in this group. So if you're wanting to know about love, if you want to know about your career, if you're all these questions that y'all are asking me, I feel like Spirit's gonna answer in these cards right here. What are the energies you can focus on to do? Hey, Gigi, it's nice to see you. Okay, so what are the energies we can focus on? Because whatever energies they give us, we'll be able to focus on those, and our love life gets better, our work gets better, our personal life gets better. I just had the most amazing run to Houston with my oldest daughter. And we talked almost the entire time. That was the shortest drive to Houston I've ever been on. We talked about not the weather and not other people. We talked about things, and I learned some stuff that I didn't know. Thank you, Mary. And look, I'm fixing to start coughing because there's a fan blowing over my head. Okay, let's check on some energies. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us what are the energies we can focus on as we move into 2020. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay. Discontent and boredom. So I feel like what this is saying, I'm gonna talk a little bit about each one, then we're gonna pull some clarifiers. For discontent and boredom, it's the same as the Four of Cups. It's where we focus so much on the things, on our little issues that we have in our day-to-day life. And I say little issues, I know some of you are facing larger issues, but whenever we get so focused on that, we get discontented with our life. And whenever we're discontented, we can't hear what Spirit's trying to say to us. I'm gonna put a second piece of gum in my mouth so I can try to stop coughing, y'all. I'm sorry. When we're discontent, we have all these mind games going on in our head. We're so busy talking to ourselves about the things that aren't working right or the things we wish were working better. We get discontent and then we cut ourselves off. Spirit never leaves us. Our guides, our angels, our archangels, they're always there. They never leave us. God never leaves us. The Holy Spirit never leaves us. But we get so busy, we can't hear them anymore. And that's what this card is about. So focus on the things. Think about the things that we're thinking about, right? Think about the things that we're allowing to ruminate in our head, those thoughts that ruminate in our head and find their way into our heart. We need to do that. We need to focus on that. Choose wisely. We're going to have lots of options. Again, with our thoughts, both of these are the same, or cups, right? We're going to have lots of I'm reading somebody's message, and I'm sorry about that. I need to stop that. Okay, so we have choose wisely. We're going to have lots of options. We're going to have lots of things that we can focus on. We can focus on the things that upset us, or we can focus on the things that give us more joy in our heart, give us more optimism in hope in our heart. And whenever we do that, whenever we choose wisely and do that, things start to move smoother and flow better, and Spirit can actually get through to us, and we can hear the messages that they have for us. We have the throat chakra. Y'all, I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on here. Maybe it's somebody needs to speak their truth. Somebody said that they have their main goal this year is to work on being true to who they are, right? So this is something that we all need to think about. What is our truth? Live in our truth. Live in who we are, and not in a way that we say be damned to anybody else who doesn't agree with us or believe in us or anything like that, but in a way that we're just true to ourselves and we honor who we are, because we are worth honoring. There was a a message in the comments that I saw a while ago. A girl attempted to take her life on December 24th. And she said she woke up in the hospital a whole new person, full of light and love. She's got a new truth that she's going to be walking in. And that's a really, really powerful statement, a powerful place to be, where we can decide to be who we are. And things get hard sometimes, you know, and some of you may have heard the story that I actually at one time I would pray that I would just pray every night that God would just let me die because I was done with life. And 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 somehow or another God gave me a new truth, and I am so grateful for that. And so I think I knew the truth all along, but I wasn't willing to face it because I was too busy working, doing things for everybody else. Okay, we're going to pull some clarifiers on these just to get straight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing this. Hi, guys. Hi, Sharon. Sophia. Hi, Sophia. I'm not answering questions, y'all. I'm not going to go through and answer individual questions about readings. I can't do that. It freaks me out. It stresses me out to try to keep up with it. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I'm just going to do these general readings while we're here in the room together. So God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us what is the clarifying information on discontent and boredom. You're asking us to focus on what we're thinking about. Show us clearly, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by discontent and boredom whenever we're asking you to focus? Where should we put our focus? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay, so for discontent and boredom. Okay, so he's saying, God, the angels, the Holy Spirit is saying, let's step back for a minute. Let's decide who we are. Let's decide what do we want to focus on. And I feel like this message has been pretty prevalent, even in our energy readings, our zodiac readings throughout the last few weeks, is that to think about what we're thinking about. Take our thoughts captive, right? Take our thoughts captive, back up and look at things in a different perspective. Look at things from a different point of view. Like my car. Some of you heard me say my car has been in Houston since April. Y'all, that's 8 months. I'm a real estate broker. You kind of need your car to do that, right? Well, I've had to get really creative. So I had to back up and look at things. I had to get really creative about how I do real estate. And guess what else I did? Because I'm at home a whole lot more. And I felt God guided me to watch a tarot reading one day. And now here I am doing tarot. So I can look at it and hang my head and get upset because my car's broke down. Or I can look at it as a tower moment and say, oh, God, you're grounding me. Right? I thought I'm gonna write a book, The Year God Grounded Me. And then I laughed and decided I better not say the year God grounded me, because then it'll take the guy a year to get my car fixed. But we have to really look at things differently. What are the good things that come of the challenges that we have? And then stand your ground, right? Y'all, this is about watching our thoughts, right? Being careful what we think about, choosing wisely the things we agree to think about. And the main thing they're wanting us to think about is our own truth. And then he's saying, look at yourself from a different perspective. Remember who you are. This card right here that we got, the Dragon's Lair, right? It talked about whenever we go into uncharted territory, be a little bit excited about it. Stand your ground about who you are and look at things from a different perspective. I have a lady, mark your calendars for January 7th. It is Tuesday night coming. So it's a week from today. Maxine Taylor is an astrologer. She's going to be coming on to talk to us about astrology. It'll be a live interview. And I really like her. I feel very connected to her because I was watching some of her classes online, and she wouldn't allow herself to get all worried about the energies, and she looked at it from a different perspective than a lot of other people I've heard who say, like, oh, Saturn's coming back, be careful because Saturn makes you take responsibility and stuff like that. But this lady talked about it from a different perspective, where she said Saturn comes back and wants us to be responsible. But what that means is, or wants us to walk in responsibility. But what that means is, Sharon, thank you. Oh, Ninny Iron Man, thank you. Drink lemon juice and happy 2020. Lemon juice and honey. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, she looked at things from a different perspective. As far as Saturn return, she says, yes, Saturn return is about taking responsibility. But she says that's just us responding to our ability. So she takes things and looks at it from a different perspective, a more empowering perspective. So this is about standing your ground. This is about standing your ground, about remembering who you are and what you've been through, and not letting other people pull you back down from who you are. Transformation. It's going to be a year of transformation. And y'all, this is crazy. I know this is a little cliche. Change your thoughts and you change your world, but it's so true. Whenever we allow fear and worry to ruminate in our head, and self-doubt, self-sabotaging thoughts, all of that stuff, and it gets down into our heart, it makes us stop. It freezes us in our tracks. So this is, again, all of this stuff, this is telling you, this card right here is telling you, if you can allow yourself to take your thoughts captive, you're going to transform your life. We all will, just by the way that we look at things differently. Okay. So that's our message for that. We're going to get a little PS, and then we're going to, I'll try to answer questions, but I'm not going to be answering. Thank you, Rhonda. Mucus and inflammation. Thank you very much. Allison, that astrologer is going to be talking. Thank you for asking. It's going to be at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, Maxine Taylor, on Tuesday, January 7th. Maxine Taylor at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. She's from Atlanta, Georgia, and she has a website, MaxineTaylor.com. We're going to do a PS. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad that you're here too. Hi. Thank you so much, beautiful message. I'm here for me, Pete. Okay. Hi, Tina. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for the hug. Okay, guys. We're going to do a PS. That doesn't mean that we're going to end it. I am going to, I might step out for just a second and have a good old hack and cough and come back. I'm lying. I'm not going to do that. But we're going to pull another reading after this. PS, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit. What's the PS on this energy reading that you gave us about taking our thoughts captive? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. What is the PS that goes with this, please? Look. Y'all, I am so sorry about the coughing. I hope nobody has earphones on. A lady told me one time that whenever you have earphones on and somebody starts coughing, it's like really loud. So I apologize. This is the card of communication. It's also the card of travel. But I love this card because for me, it's the card of communication, and it's about dream big. I am waiting on you. Let's do this. I'm not waiting on you. I'm working with you. Let's work on that. I love that. Thank you. Okay. So this is about communications, right? For me, it's about communication with spirit. See how the arrows are coming down, and it is on either side. It's encapsulated in the communications, encapsulated with doves. These are doves of peace. Doves represent peace and the Holy Spirit, which is here to guide us, right? Thank you, Tina, for letting me know. And I'm sorry about that, Zamerdrick. I'm sorry. Anyway, so here is the communication from spirit, right? It's fast traveling. This is telling us they're always talking to us. Guys, I am not even kidding you. When we can't hear spirit, when we feel like we're stuck, I really believe it's time for us to take a break, step back in that hangman position, get quiet. And let me tell you something. If you, for whatever reason, cannot quiet your mind, gosh. If you cannot quiet your mind, I might have to go change my shirt. Maybe I'm too hot. If you cannot quiet your mind, there are so many guided meditations online that you can use that focus your mind. Meet your spirit guides. I don't know. There's just lots of them on YouTube. There are so many free resources available, right? So if you can't quiet your mind enough to receive the messages from spirit, it's not because you're not good enough to hear from spirit. It's not because you're not using the right candles or using the right whatever other things out there. It's only a matter of not being able to quiet your mind to receive the messages, because that's all it takes is a desire to hear from them and really to quiet our mind so that we can hear what they're saying. And then trusting what they're saying, because let me tell you, I do a lot of personal readings, and there's a lot of you guys, when I get that high priestess card in a personal reading, I will say, you already know this because they've been telling you this, but you're not trusting that you're hearing from them. So that's the other thing, is that we truly have to trust that we're hearing from them and what it is we're hearing. And it's been my experience that when spirit speaks to us, they're going to speak to us in love. Will they always say something that we want to hear? No, not necessarily. But they will speak to us in love, and we will understand it in a loving way. They're not going to say, you're crazy to want to go open that crystal shop. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, we're going to be with you every step of the way. That's what they're going to say, or something along those lines. But they're not going to, those things, like whenever we hear those things, you're crazy for wanting to do this, or you're crazy, that's us talking to ourselves. That's not spirit. I'm not saying spirit's always going to want to do exactly what you want to do. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they're not going to talk to you in an ugly way. We do that to ourselves. So, but they are talking to you. So when they do, trust that you are hearing those messages. The other PS is, here you go. This is the ultimate place I think that spirit wants us to get as far as self-love goes. This is, hi, Wendy. Yes, Mabel, your intuition speaks to you. This is the King of Cups. He's the master of self-love and self-acceptance, unconditional love and unconditional acceptance for himself and others. And what happens is, whenever we really are that way, when we truly love ourselves and accept ourselves, it permeates out from us. We all have an electromagnetic field that surrounds us, right? It comes from our heart. Our heart communicates our emotions. Some people say 3 feet, some people say 8 feet, some people say it's way further than that. So whenever we walk into a room, and you all know this because you've walked into a room before and you have felt other people's energy. I know you've heard the saying, man, the air was so thick you could cut it with a knife. That's feeling the tension in the room. But whenever we're like this, whenever we're feeling full of self-love, self-acceptance, and unconditional love and unconditional acceptance, we walk into a room, that's what permeates out of us. So whenever we work on ourselves, we're truly working on and healing all the people around us that we love. We don't have to get in their business and tell them how to live. Our life really does become an example, not only on how to live, but it gives them permission to also do the same. But it starts with us. And so remember, spirit's always talking to you. Are we hearing? Are we listening? Have we quieted our minds enough to hear? And then again, there's lots of self-love. That's where Spirit wants us to get to. Self-love, true self-love, not selfish love, true self-love. There's a big difference. Advice, again, I'm going to say the advice on when you hear from them, it's going to be in a way that you understand. It's going to be loving. It's not necessarily going to be what you want to hear, but it'll be loving. Okay, so, and the other thing is the Page of Pentacles. Y'all, this tells us, this is somebody saying, the Spirit saying, okay, we're coming in with an offer. There's going to be an offer for you to bring something into your reality. We're going into a whole new decade. You're going to be able to bring something into your reality. I have a lot of ideas about this YouTube channel and things that we can do with it in 2020. And I feel like this is very encouraging. That crystal shop that you were talking about earlier, I feel like that's encouraging. That relationship that somebody was asking about earlier, will my Pisces buy a ticket and come visit me? You know, that's a possibility. But let me say this about relationships, and you might jump off of the line as soon as I say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Thank you, Tony, for the cinnamon tea. I tried, one lady told me to use thyme and water, boil thyme and water and lime juice. And I tried that and it actually did work. It was very soothing, but I'll certainly try these other things too. But anyway, with relationships, I don't want to upset or offend anybody, but I am not any good to you if I don't speak my truth. And my truth with relationships is, whenever we focus too hard on manifesting a particular person into our lives as far as a relationship goes, I feel like we are acting in a way that is, we are violating like some ethical code as far as I'm concerned, because they have free will. Number one is, can we manifest that person into our lives? But number two, even if we can, are we violating their free will by trying to manifest that particular person into our lives? It's just, I don't know. It's just the way that I feel about it. And I feel that Spirit knows better. Whenever I'm talking about Spirit, I'm not just talking about God, our God and our guides and the Holy Spirit and the angels and the archangels. I'm talking about our higher self. And I think our higher self knows better for us than we could ever know, being caught up in this world sometimes in the mind games that we play with ourselves. I think our higher self knows better than us about the things that we truly want in our heart. And if we could surrender the need to control who we have in our life, I think that our higher self can do the work that it needs to do, or help us, assist us in doing the work that we need to do to attract exactly the right person. And I truly believe that it's going to be something that's bigger and better than anything that you could ever imagine. So that's my thoughts on relationships. But for us to do that, we can do that. We can manifest the perfect person into our lives. And that's what this card is saying. Perfect person, perfect job. It's all right there for us. It's our decision. Do we want to do it or not? Okay. So that is the PS. So let's do a reading. Somebody got an idea about what kind of reading we want to do? Yes, absolutely. Little heavenly treasure. Yes. Vicks cough drops. Yes, that's a great idea. I'm at my daughter's house though, and they're not here, so I have no clue where she would have those at. So I've got gum in my mouth. Anybody got an idea about a particular kind of reading we want to do? Thank you, Diana. Okay, so I want to do a reading about a message from our loved ones that are on the other side for the new year. What do they have to say to us for the new year? Yes, Mabel, we have to love ourselves first, not just women. But let me tell you something, that's not just women. Men have the same problem. And you guys, I know you do. You guys have the same problem. And it's not a problem. Men have the same issues wanting women, wanting love in their lives too. It's not just us women. Men do the same thing. Okay, so Wendy, you said health. We're gonna do what do our loved ones want to say to us, and then we'll do one on health. Okay. So whenever I do the loved ones, what our loved ones want to say, I'm gonna pull 3 energy cards, and you decide which energy card you connect with, and that'll be the one that the message is from your loved one. So God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit. I thank you so much for this group of people. Why does God trust you so much? Cindy, you know what? That's a very good question, and I'm going to take a second and talk about that. The reason God trusts you or any of us so much, there's a song, and there's a part of the song that says, what will it take for you to believe in me the way that I believe in you? And it's a song that God gave me that he was singing to me. And so basically that's what he was saying. What is it going to take for you to believe me the way that I believe in you? I trust you, Cindy. That's what he was saying. I trust you so much. So the reason that he trusts us, or it or she, whatever it is that you call it, the reason that God trusts us so much is because God created us. God knows who we are. God has given us every tool that that we need to accomplish everything that we want to accomplish in our lives, every single tool. So, and he knows that at our truest nature, we are love. We are exactly like him. We're made in his image. And he knows that we're going to find that, especially when our heart is sincere, that we're going to find that place back, that way back to him, or it or she. So that's why he trusts us so much, because he created us. He knows us. Why do I trust my kids? Because I created them. I mean, I didn't create them, but they came from me. I raised them, and I trust them. It's the same way. When a lot of times I feel like God is like a parent. I had good parents though, so I feel like God's like a parent, somebody that I can go to, trust, whatever. But he trusts me too. And again, I feel like it's because he created us. He knows who we are. He knows that at our truest nature, we are love, just like him. Thank you, Diana. Okay, so. Okay, Maria, I'm sorry. I am not doing individual questions. I am doing general. We're doing general readings. Right now I'm doing, what do our loved ones want to say from the other side? So I'm going to pull 3 different energy cards, and whichever energy card you connect with is your message from your loved one. The message under it will be your message from your loved one. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, and friends and family from the other side. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly, what are the energy groups that we'll be talking to tonight? Okay, ready? First group, movement, choices, and decisions. So if you have movement, choices, and decisions that you're going to be dealing with in your life, right? If you have things going on in your life that you're at a crossroads, you need to make decisions about things. Your ancestors, your friends, your loved ones from the other side, they have a message for you. That's what this card is about. Love begins. I love this. So maybe if you're starting a brand new relationship, or if you've started a new journey to find your own self-love, right? Then your loved ones will be speaking to you under this particular card. Foundations and achievements. So this is the same as the Four of Wands. So if you've got a successful business, something with firm foundations, you've got a successful business, you've got a brand new just got married, got proposed to, or celebrating a long marriage or a long relationship, you know, you're living pretty much in that blissful state, then this one's for you. Okay, y'all are talking to each other, right? Yeah, Deborah, somebody who says they're your friend, but their actions are different. You know, you just gotta keep sending them love. That's basically all you can do. You don't have, I mean, everybody handles that differently, I think. But you have to decide for yourself, do you love yourself enough to relieve yourself of negative energy? You know, I mean, you just have to make that decision. And nobody, you don't have to, we don't have to be ugly to anybody to release them from our lives. But sometimes it's important. No, it's always important to choose yourself. Definitely to choose yourself. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, and friends and loved ones from the other side. For those who have decisions to make, those family members that you have here that are at crossroads, you gave them the energy of movement, choices, and decisions. What is your message for them? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. For those who are starting a new love life with a person or starting a new journey of self-love, what is your message for them? And for those living in bliss or celebrating some firm relationship or new business or something like that, what is your relationship for those? I mean, what is your message for them? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay. So for those, oh, wow, who have choices, decisions to make, the first thing you're coming up with is the 10 of Wands and then the 10 of Cups. We're going to talk about all of this. The Love Begins card, the self-love journey or brand new relationship, Temperance card, and 10 of Pentacles. And for the firm foundations and achievements, wow, King of Pentacles and celebration. Y'all, this group of people on the other side, they love y'all so much, and they're like, they have got some really cool messages for y'all. I'm going to take just a second and at least go blow my nose. Maybe that'll stop dripping and I'll stop coughing. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hi, y'all. It's good to see y'all here. Okay, so I looked for some cough drops while I was up, but I didn't see any. Okay. For those of you who are at a crossroads, have decisions that you're trying to make and stuff like that, the first card that came out was the 10 of Wands. So they're saying that with this card, they're saying you're carrying a little too much worry and burdens as far as this goes. And they'd like for you to put it down, whatever this decision is that you're trying to make. You're carrying too many worries about it. And in some cases, you're carrying too many of other people's burdens and other people's worries, right? And they want you to put that down because this is right around the corner for you in 2020 is what I'm feeling. And what they're saying is you have a right to celebrate this, but as long as you're carrying all this other stuff for these other people. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. There was a lady one time that had done a reading, and she said, all of my life, right? All of my life, I've been married, I've raised kids, and then I helped raise grandkids. And then she says, and then here's this man walks into my life because, you know, my husband died. So now I'm single. I've been single for a long time. And now here this man comes into my life, and I'm crazy about him, and he's crazy about me, and I'm ready to marry him, and my kids and everybody's freaking out. So she was carrying the burden of worrying about pleasing everybody else. But she knew that if she could let that burden go, if she could let the burden of having to care for everybody, and, you know, it was her turn. It was her turn. It was time for her to put those burdens down, and she did. And then she found her happily. She walked into her happily ever after. Her happily ever after actually found her. But what I'm saying is, once she decided that she was worthy of this, it was okay for her to stop caring for other people who were perfectly capable of caring for themselves and walk into her happily ever after. And I feel like this is the message from your loved ones across on the other side. And remember, they're not up there. They're like right here at the tips of our fingers. They're just in a different vibration area, so we can't see them. And sometimes it's hard for us to hear them, but this is what they're saying. And this could be not only about a relationship, this could be about the job of your life, that, you know, you have a fabulous opportunity for a job or something like that, but but you have a steady paycheck right now. Everybody likes it that you're home every night, or whatever it is, whatever your crossroads is. You're worrying about what other people's ideas are about it. You're worrying about how it's going to affect everybody else, but you're forgetting about your own value and your own worth. And they're saying your 10 of Cups is right here. Your 10 of Cups is right here, and it's right here in 2020, and they're ready for you to walk into it. I love this. So whoever you are, that's at a crossroads trying to make a decision, put yourself first and walk into your 10 of Cups. Okay, so Love Begins. For those of you who had the Love Begins, it's you're on a brand new self-love journey, or you've just started a nice new relationship that you feel very confident about. They're saying, remember, you are the this is the Temperance card, right? Be patient. Things don't move like that all the time. Be careful about your energy, right? You're the alchemist of your own energy. You're the alchemist of your own potential. Whenever, I'm sorry, y'all. Whenever these self-sabotaging thoughts come in, I'm not worthy enough. This is too good to be true, and all that other stuff, they're saying, nope, you transmute that energy, because guess what? This is a legacy kind of love, whether it's a relationship with somebody or whether it's you with your own self. this changes things for generations to come. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of generational curses and things like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I've heard of that, generational curses. And sometimes whenever, we watch our parents sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice, and then we sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice, then our kids sacrifice, and everybody down the road, everybody keeps sacrificing themselves for everybody else, and nobody ever walks in the fullness of who they are. And that's what this is saying. Whenever you make this decision, especially if it's about self-love, right? You make this decision to love yourself, and then you're able to give to others and help others in a healthy way because you've put yourself first. You've transmuted not only your energy, but the energy for generations to come. You break the cycle. And I'm talking about self-love because I believe that's what this is about. But it's like you break the cycle of self-sacrifice. We're not here. Okay, it's hard for me to keep up with that, y'all. I'm sorry. We're not here to be a doormat for anybody. We're not here to sacrifice our lives for other people. When our kids are small, and I'm talking especially to women and men, actually, when our kids are small, yes, we're responsible to to raise them, to give them a house over their head, a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and shelter. We're here to teach them about life and all that stuff. We have a responsibility to them. But whenever they become adults, and it's hard, I know that. Whenever they become adults, it's time for us to let them figure it out. And so I feel like that's what this card is about breaking those generational curses where we tend to enable each other. Not only that, but we cheat ourselves out of so much in the process. So break this about, I feel like, breaking curses for generations to come, because this card right here is about legacy, wealth, and abundance. Hang on. It's about legacy, wealth, and abundance. And wealth and abundance doesn't necessarily mean just money. It's wholeness, it's fullness, it's the peace that passes all understanding. It's abundance of all kinds. So if this was your card, they're saying, remember, you are the transmuter. You're here for a purpose, right? And go and create the legacy kind of abundance that they know that you're here to create. Okay, this one is about, this is the Four of Wands, right? So a lot of people, it's the same card as the Four of Wands. So a lot of people say, oh, twin flame and all that other stuff. That could definitely be so. You could be involved with a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, right? This is the King of Pentacles. Not gender specific, but it's also about you bringing something into your reality, whether it is a relationship that now you're committed to. Y'all, I'm not gonna be able to keep doing this. I am so sorry. Whether it's a relationship that you're committed to, or whether it's a new job that you have, or a business that you've opened, right? This is about you bringing it into your reality, and it's going to be successful. That's what this message is about. It's going to be successful. You're going to have a lot to celebrate. So whoever was asking me about the crystal shop earlier, perhaps you have somebody on the other side who's trying to tell you this is going to be a successful venture for you. You're bringing it into your reality, and it's going to work, and you're going to have lots of reason to celebrate. So I think that's what that's about. So, and I apologize, y'all. This is absolutely Destiny. Yes, claim all the messages. Iris, I'm sorry that you're coughing like crazy. Cindy, I missed what happened. Use Bradley Nelson's emotion code. I love that. Bradley Nelson's emotion code. I advise, or I recommend that everybody go read that or listen to it. Guys, I wanted to get on tonight and tell y'all how much I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm sorry. I wanted to say Happy New Year. And I wanted to say thank you for 2019. Y'all really made my 2019 awesome because it was hard. I was, like I said, I've been without my car since April. But I look on the bright side because if I would have had my car, I'd be out there doing real estate, beating the bushes, you know, selling real estate, finding deals and stuff like that. And I would have never had the opportunity to sit down and get quiet enough to hear what God had to say to me about life. And I would have never gotten on YouTube and started watching tarot, and I would have never started a channel. But so it all depends on how you look at things, right? Because I can't imagine not doing this. I think it's amazing. I love you guys very much. Y'all have made a big impact on my life. If you have ever ordered a personal reading from me, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. The donations, the likes, the subscribes, the passersby, the comments, all of that. You guys are incredibly awesome. I'm looking forward to bringing you great things in 2020. And we're going to start with on January 7th, Maxine Taylor. Don't forget, set yourself a notification and allow yourself to get on here at 6 o'clock Central. And she's going to be talking about astrology. She was the first licensed astrologer in the United States, I think, and the first one in Georgia. But I'm real excited to interview her and to let you all guys hear from her. I wish I was better at interacting with this chat while I'm doing this. I think I told y'all before, I didn't even ever want to do this by myself live because it freaks me out. So I apologize that I can't keep up with that. But I hope that you guys have a fabulous, fabulous new year. Go out and take those thoughts captive. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. And just allow yourself to go to places and do things that you never ever thought of before and see what spirit has for you. I have a sign in my house that says the biggest mistake anybody can make is being afraid to make a mistake. So let's spend 2020 making some mistakes. It's true, y'all. Some of us, we let fear and perfection keep us from ever taking that first step. Les Brown says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great. So let's be willing to make some mistakes and go find our greatness. Go be great. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing y'all in 2020, and I look forward to bringing you some fabulous things to the Spirit Mail community. I love y'all so much, and go out and have a super duper evening. Bye. Bye. I now just got to figure out how to turn it off. Love y'all. Bye.